I am George Weaver, and I am the CEO of Westfield Egg Farm. The first time I remember hearing of Joyland is when my father got the roof replaced on our house. And they replaced that roof different times after I owned the place. I called them to see them come out and check, for them just to check a few things. They've always came out, checked it, and the roof is in good shape. So when it was time for me to replace the roof on one of our main buildings, they were the ones I thought of. The production roof was a great roof. It was a foam roof. I think it did well for us for years, but I just wanted something other than the foam roof anymore.
This is a flat roof over their egg processing facility. So underneath, it's a really high humidity room because it's water. They're washing eggs and it gets warm and stuff like that. So a lot of humidity going up through into like a small crawl space. Looking at the roof, they had a foam, like an old spray foam roof with a coating on the top. I mean, birds have been pecking away at the foam, and like the spray, the coating was worn away. There was a lot of water ponding. It was a lot of unevenness.
And they came in, they looked at it, they realized there was some soft spots underneath. They came, they didn't look at the top, they also crawled through the crawl space, looked at everything. They found areas that were wet and moist, and they said they could cut those areas out, fill them in, and patch them up. Just fill in those areas that were bad, and fix them, and then cover it with a TPO roof.
It's at the end of its life. It's getting ready to leak if it hasn't leaked already. And so I recommended that instead of trying to continue to patch it, let's put a full warranted system over top of it that will guarantee them a great roof, a dry production facility for the next 25, 30 years.
I liked how detailed they were. Sometimes I think I'm a little OCD with details, and I just like that they looked at things that I didn't even know was there. I mean, I knew the roof wasn't in great shape, but for them to take it and look at the soft areas. I have solar on some of my other roofs, and I was concerned how that's going to work with all the solar conduits. And they lifted the conduit off. They totally got that out of the way and went under it. They didn't patch at all. They did it right. But the way they came out afterwards and just made sure everything was cleaned up and everything was left. They left the site looking as good, if not better, than when they came. One of the other things was when I expected them to do the roof, I did not realize that they were going to tie into the old wall the way they did. So I felt like we went the second mile there, and they tied up the old wall and just kind of nicely put it together. I didn't expect that, and that was really nice. I like that as well.
Okay, so this roof is surrounded by like buildings on pretty much all sides. So there's a metal roof coming down this side, there's another metal roof coming down this side, there's a wall over here, there's a drop off over there. We didn't have to go all the way up the wall there, but it just made the most sense. The last thing I want as a contractor is to only go, as far as I have to, and then they have an issue right above where I stopped, right? So it's like, hey, let's just cover this whole thing, go all the way up, seal it off tightly. So it made a nice job for them.
Then they did this roof. I also had them do my house, one of my other homes at the same time. They put insulation on top there, put some extra insulation in. I like that. So I would definitely use them again.